Welcome to Frederik Today, where we tackle the highs and lows of startup life, leadership, and entrepreneurship. Today, we're diving into a topic every founder dreads but must eventually face: how to fire your first employee. Firing someone is hard, but it's a crucial part of building the right team for your startup. In this episode, we'll walk through how to handle this tough decision step by step while keeping your culture, team morale, and sanity intact. Quick note: check the description to see the different sections we'll discuss today. You can jump to your favorite part if you want, but trust me, you'll want to hear it all. Let's start with why firing someone is such a big deal in startups. It's not just about letting go of an underperforming team member. It's about protecting your company's momentum. Think about it. In a startup, every person carries a significant load. If one person isn't pulling their weight, the whole team feels it. But firing isn't just about performance, it's also about fit. As founders, we sometimes hold on to people who don't align with our vision because we're afraid of conflict. Sound familiar? Well, here's the truth. Avoiding the hard conversation doesn't solve the problem. It delays the inevitable and risks even more damage to your team and culture. So let's talk about how to approach this process thoughtfully. Here's a question for you. Do your employees know exactly what success looks like in their role? If your answer is kind of or not really, that's a problem. Most founders fire their first employee because expectations weren't met. But many times, the real issue is that those expectations were never clearly defined. Let me give you a quick fix. When you hire someone, write down specific goals for their first 30, 60, and 90 days. Make these goals measurable and achievable. Schedule regular check-ins to review their progress. If something's off, don't wait. Course correct right away. Clear expectations can prevent a firing altogether. But if things don't improve, you'll have the clarity and the documentation you need to make the next move. So, you've decided firing is the best option. What now? Preparation is everything. Don't wing it. This is one of those moments where a poorly handled conversation can create legal risks, damage your reputation, or just make things worse for everyone. Here's a quick checklist. 1. Gather all the evidence. Missed targets, feedback, anything that shows why this decision is necessary. 2. Consult your HR advisor or an employment lawyer to make sure you're legally covered. 3. Plan what you'll say, and I mean plan. Write it down, rehearse it, and stick to it. Trust me, when the moment comes, having a script to follow will make all the difference. Alright, here's the part no one likes, the conversation itself. First rule: be direct, but respectful. Don't sugarcoat it, but don't make it personal either. Here's how it might go. Start with the facts. For example, over the past 3 months, we've consistently fallen short on X, despite the support and feedback we've provided. Be clear about the decision. We've decided to terminate your employment, effective immediately. Offer support, whether it's severance, outplacement help, or a reference. Show that you care about their transition. And here's a big tip: don't let the conversation drag on. Once you've explained the decision and answered a few questions, wrap it up. It's tough, no doubt about it, but handling this moment with professionalism and empathy will speak volumes about your leadership. Let's not forget the other side of this equation: your team. When someone leaves, especially in a small startup, the rest of the team will notice. If you don't handle it well, it can cause anxiety, speculation, or even fear. Here's what I recommend. Be transparent. After the firing, share a brief update with your team. You don't need to go into details, but explain the decision in broad terms and focus on how it aligns with the company's goals. Redistribute responsibilities. Immediately clarify who's taking over the departed employee's tasks. This keeps momentum going and prevents chaos. Reinforce your vision. Remind your team why you're building this company and how their work contributes to the bigger picture. If you do this well, the firing won't just be a tough moment, it'll be an opportunity to strengthen your team. Every firing is a lesson, especially the first one. It's a chance to ask yourself some important questions. Did I set clear expectations from the start? Was this a hiring mistake, and how can I avoid it next time? How can I improve my leadership to support my team better? Use what you learned to refine your hiring process, tighten your feedback loops, and build a stronger, more aligned team. Remember, every tough decision you make as a founder gets you closer to building the company you envision. Thanks for listening to Frederik Today. Firing your first employee is one of the hardest steps you'll take as a founder, but it's also one of the most defining. Handle it with care, and you'll come out the other side a stronger leader with a more resilient team. If this episode resonated with you, share it with a fellow founder or leave a comment. And remember, the description below breaks down the sections we covered today, so feel free to revisit any part. Until next time, I'm Frederik van Leerde, and this is Frederik Today.